Hey everyone, this is the Trader Investor. This morning we're going to look at the pre-market action for the four ETFs that I follow, that I talk about all the time. And looking at the SPY, yesterday I mentioned that we have these imbalances, not just in SPY. All of them have imbalances. Except for the diamonds, because the diamonds close those imbalances. So we'll take a look at the SPY first. And so in my video, when I talked about the imbalance, I mentioned price could want to go and close this imbalance before doing the thing that it needs to do, whether it's to go up or to come back down. And it looks like in the pre-market, it has decided to close that gap, but I'm not counting on this completing yet until we have an open. So if we open here where it is at right now, then this imbalance is taken care of and we'll move on. So whatever happens, wherever we end up opening, it looks like it could be here now because we have about 17 minutes or so left for the market. What we want to see is, will price then want to close this gap? And to close the gap, will it do a stair step down, or does it want to make a new high? And to make the new high, does it go a stair step up? This is what we are looking for, and based on how it is setting up, that's how we will play the trade. We don't want to be whipsawed like we did the day before, and then on Monday. And then last week, pretty much, 4 days last week. So this was Monday, this was Friday, and with the exception of Thursday last week, the whole week was just a very tight range, just moving up and down. So we want to make sure we're not in that kind of range as we enter trades. So if we enter long and price keeps giving us railroads, we exit at a very small loss. If we enter short and same thing happens, we exit at a very small loss. But the thing that I will see is, based on this entry, so somewhere around 417 to close this gap here to 415.73 is quite some distance. So we have potentially a good possibility to close this gap. I would like to see the low of the 15-minute range above these highs of the 15-minute range from yesterday. That will give us a strong entry, whether it's up or down, because we still have a good distance to cover. So as long as I have more than $1.50 to close gaps, then I'll feel safe to enter on the short side for put options. So this is where the SPYs are setting up. And the Qs yesterday were not that strong. Their recovery was not that strong. And so where is price right now? Price is at the mid-range of the 15-minute range of yesterday, which tells me there's still some weakness in the Qs, and maybe we're not going to close this gap. But when I say maybe, it's whatever the charts tell us is what we do. So if price wants to do this and reverse, price wants to do this, retest this area and reverse, we're going to trade what we see, not what we believe, not what we predict. I'm not in the business of predicting. I just trade the charts as they make themselves available. So in IWM, very small range yesterday, staying below the 15-minute range for the most part. And today we're not even above that. We're not going to close the imbalance at the open based on what we are seeing so far. So at the open, this could change, but based on what we are seeing so far, it's a different story. Diamonds have already closed, and where we're at is above even Monday's highs, right? So we're way above that, and where diamonds want to go, they want to go near all-time highs. Maybe it's easier if we turn into a 1-hour chart. diamonds have an all-time high at 342.43, so we're very close to that. 342.30 is where the pre-market is so far. So I want to see what price does, because now this creates an imbalance. Not an imbalance, this creates a liquidity here, because this could act like a liquidity. I want to make sure that when price gets here, that it does what it needs to do. Trap longs, wipe them out. This wipe out traps shorts, wipe them out, and then, you know, do this, or it will do this. So I want to make sure that this liquidity is manipulated before I enter a position. So very critical that we are taking care of that manipulation area. Now, sometimes there's no manipulation, right? Price goes through, tests it, and boom. So we don't see any manipulation. But at a very lower time frame, it could be that price gets here and stalls, and shorts would be trapped, and price continues, and only just shorts get taken care of. So if there's no manipulation, there's no manipulation, but I trade what the charts tell us. So this is how the markets are setting up today. Everyone, take care. Don't forget to like this video, and then I'll come back later on to see, you know, what positions I was able to take, what the markets are telling us, and how they're setting up for the rest of the day. All right, everyone, take care.